Folks, what's going on? We are back today, and as promised in the last video, we are going to take a look at these bad boys right here. The Porsche 911 Dakar. Very cool car. It is a rally version of the 911. We got two really awesome colors and designs right here. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and crack into them. So I think we'll start off with this one, because I think this one is the more slightly boring version of it. But this is Mini GT number 780. This is the Porsche 911 Dakar in shade green metallic. So kind of a unique color. On the back right here, you do have your Porsche official licensing, your TSM sticker, and then the information on the back, of course. And other than that, it's your pretty standard Mini GT packaging. So nothing much more to look at. But like I was telling you guys in the last video, if you missed that one or don't remember, I think these Porsche Dakars go really nicely with the Lamborghini Huracan Storado that they've been releasing as well. Two supercars. I mean, I guess some people would argue if the 911 is a supercar, but it is to me. Two supercars that are kitted out for the dirt roads. I think that is very cool. So there's one thing that I need to look at and figure out with this casting, because I looked at a real photo. Well, I looked at the render photo of the Dakar when Mini GT first announced it for pre-order, and the suspension and wheel setup did not look very good compared to the real car. So we're going to find out if that is still the case. So this is another one of those colors that doesn't quite show up the same on camera. It shows up a little bit brighter on camera. So in person, the color is just a tad bit more muted. So just keep that in mind. But first impressions, this thing is really nice. I like this a lot. This is going to be a contender for one of my top models of the year, I think, which, just so you guys know, that video will be coming out soon. Just trying to get through all this new stuff that came in before we do that. So just so I can kind of get a look at everything so that my judging is fair. But enough of that. Let's take a closer look at the model. So, as you will notice, the wheels are obviously different than a regular 911 because this is a off-road variant. So the wheels on this one are really cool. You've got some real thick truck tire-like treads on the sidewalls of the top of the tire right there. You've got your Porsche badge in the center, which looks pretty decent, along with your little lug nuts and stuff. And then it's just kind of like a matte black wheel with a silver lip, so it looks pretty good. But yeah, super big, meaty tires. Like the tires on this thing are huge. They might not look like it in the video, but they are huge. So yeah, the wheels and tires look awesome. The back wheels are also going to be a lot wider than the front ones, which I guess would be expected on a supercar. So there's that, but yeah, honestly, I can't get over how cool the wheels look on this one. And now that I have seen it in person, I think they did a pretty good job about replicating like the actual stance. So let me try to hold it like that. So I'll throw up a picture on screen on the left-hand side of like the real car from a side profile. I think they did a pretty good job on matching the stance and how aggressive the wheels and camber look on it. So I think they did a good job. At first I was a little bit worried about that. It almost looked like it was sitting a bit too low, and it still might be a little bit lower than the real car, but I think it's close enough now that it's not that big of a deal. So, but on the side right here, you've got some cool like metallic silver skirting on the bottom. I'm not really sure what that's for. It's kind of like jagged too. Well, not jagged, but it's like, it's not flat. It's got like almost like a wavy texture to it. You can see it better from the bottom right there. It's got like this waviness, and that's on both sides. So I don't know what the point of that is. Not really sure about that. But the paint on this one actually does look pretty cool. So it is a metallic paint. It is, I don't know. It's kind of hard to see like the metallic flex in the paint. We're zoomed in like 4.5 times right now. It's a little bit hard to see. It's a little bit easier to see in person if you have good lighting, but this is not a glossy paint. It actually is metallic. You can kind of see right there is some kind of like flex in the paint. It's kind of hard to tell when we're zoomed in almost 5 times and all you can see is my fingerprint. But okay, now all you can see is the oils from my fingers. Well, you'll have to take my word for it. It is a very nice metallic paint. The mirrors are also matched in that metallic color, so that is pretty nice. And the side profile of it looks really cool. You've got all this luggage and stuff on the top. So you've got this big like platform on the top, your luggage rack. done in like a matte black color. This is going to be plastic, all this stuff on the top, like kind of like a plasticky, almost like rubbery type of texture. But yeah, the stuff on top is cool. You've got like some gas cans up here strapped down. Then you've got like a duffel bag, like a little roof box for you to put all your stuff. And I don't know what this thing is. This might be, actually, I think this is one of those like boards that they use. If you get like stuck, you can like shove the board under the tire and it gives it traction. I think that's probably what this thing is, or I could be totally wrong. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like all the little gadgets and gizmos on the top. Very unique, very unique. We don't see that too often from Mini GT. In fact, I think the only time we've seen something similar is when they used to do the roof racks on the Lamborghini Urus and the Audi RS6. So it's kind of cool to see something a little bit different. Actually, no, I take that back. Mini GT did release the Roof Rodeo. At least I think it was the Roof Rodeo. And then it was like an off-road one that had a bunch of stuff too. But this is a little bit different. And that was also a really long time ago too. But anyways, I digress. I keep getting off topic here. On the front end right here, you do have your two little nostrils, pretty standard on these new 911s. This is actually, I think this is based off of the GT3 version. If I'm correct, I think they took a GT3 and then did this stuff, which I believe is why they have the nostrils right here. I don't think the base 911s have that. I could be wrong. But you do also have your Porsche badge right in the center right there, which looks very good. Headlights look very good as well. You've got that big singular bulb up there and then a little bit of black accenting going around the actual acrylic. Very nice. Front end looks pretty good. You've got a little red thing right here. That might be like a little toe strap or something. Not sure. A little bit of venting as well. And then you also have this metallic silver lip up here as well that has more of that interesting texture to it. So very cool. Very like industrial looking. I like it a lot. But the interior is just going to be kind of like a plain black color. Nothing too crazy going on. Obviously we touched on the roof rack, but it does have a pretty big spoiler back here as well. Kind of like a picnic table-esque spoiler, so that looks pretty cool. You've got some venting right here as well. And then, of course, on the rear end, you do have your Porsche lettering in silver across the back taillights, which looks nice. Taillights, I think it might just be painted, or it is acrylic that is just black, but you do have this red strip going all the way across there, which looks nice. You got 911 Dakar badging up here in black, which looks nice, and then you have that again in silver on the license plate. More of this nice like silver metallic detailing back here with the two exhaust tips. Exhaust tips on this one are massive. Those are freaking huge, and they actually go into the car. It's not just painted black. Those actually have some depth to them, so that is nice as well. Then your auxiliary brake lights, reflectors, whatever they are down here, and I believe this might be like another little toe strap thing or something. But yeah, it looks really cool, and it does tell you what it is. 2023 Porsche 911 Dakar, used under license. Of course, a bunch of flat plates are riveted to the bottom of the car, and then a little bit of exhaust detail back here as well. So yeah, very nice. I like this casting a lot. Honestly, I do think it is going to be one of my favorites for the year. But let's crack into this one, because this one actually is a decent bit different than that other one. It has a different livery for sure, and I think the wheels might be a touch different. I won't know until I see it. Maybe it is the same wheels. But the reason I really like this particular one is because my wife and I went on a road trip back in October. We were up in Idaho. Up in the middle of nowhere in Idaho. I saw one of these on the road. They passed us going the opposite direction. Did not have enough time to pick up my phone and snap a photo, but I saw one of these, this exact livery and everything in real life, and it was awesome. So this kind of has like a little special place in my heart. And you guys also have to understand, I live in the middle of nowhere, and I don't see cool cars very often. So the fact that I was able to see one of these in real life was a treat. But anyways, this is Mini GT number 805. This one just came out a couple weeks ago, so I'm finally getting my hands on it. Of course, all your licensing and stuff is legit on the back right here, and then there is the information right above the barcode. So yeah, pretty plain packaging, nothing else. But here's the car. So it is done in this beautiful gentian blue metallic, and then you've got some white up top, just like a gloss white color. And then you have some nice like red and yellow striping, and it is the this is actually based off of an old livery. It says Rough Roads Porsche on it with the number 185. I don't think that's what the old livery was called. I'll put a picture up on screen of the old version, but they had like a rally version of the 911 way back in the day, and it had pretty much the same exact livery. So I think it's really cool that they kind of revisited it and kind of paid homage to that car. So yeah, very cool. And after looking at it, this one does in fact have the same wheels as this one right here. They are just much different. So you got black with a silver lip on this one, and then these ones are just all white, which is very rally-esque. But you've got the Porsche badge in the center, and then they also painted the little lugs in silver, which is kind of cool. I like that they did that. I think the white wheel would have looked a little bit too plain if they wouldn't have, so that was a very nice touch. But same wheels on this one, same stance and everything. Looks very good. Like I said, you do have that beautiful blue metallic color on the side of the car right here, and the front and back. So very pretty color. I like that a lot. Again, Rough Roads Porsche decaling on the side, number 185 box with the nice pinstriping going back. Gloss white headlights, and the whole front end should be all the same. You've got this little red mark again, little nostrils, Porsche badge looks good. Obviously, you do have striping on the hood of this one, looks very nice. You've got that dark blue, then the yellow, then the red. Very cool. And then you also have the same stuff on the roof rack as well. Nothing different on the top of the cars, exactly the same stuff, which I think is fine. I don't think there would be anything to change really. But you do have rubber mirrors on this one, done in white, so these ones are a bit stiff because the white is a very thick paint. But yeah, on the back right here, the spoiler is done in white instead of black, as we saw on this one. And then everything on the back should be pretty much the same, except for like the color, obviously. Got your little red strip up there, little accent brake lights or whatever. But yeah, it looks very nice. I like this one. You still have this little silver side skirting down here that's textured, also on the front and the back where the exhausts are, and then on the other side. But yeah, very cool car. Also, you have your fuel filler up here as well. I forgot to point that out on this one. Little fuel filler up at the front, because Porsche is built different, literally. But yeah, very cool, and I like this a lot. After seeing one in person, I was so excited for the Mini GT variant. And another thing that made me excited for this was, I don't know if you guys play Forza Horizon 5, but they actually just released this car in Forza not too long ago as well. And after driving it around on the video game and whatnot, I don't know, it just got me very excited for this casting. So there we are. These things are awesome. At least I think they are. You guys will have to let me know what you think of them down in the comments below. It's always a good day when we get to take a look at a new casting from Mini GT. And they did these ones justice. They look phenomenal. And guess what? We didn't have any quality control issues. At least nothing that I noticed. So that's always a plus, right? But as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.